sir. How you doing?
Good, my buddy. How are you?
Doing all right. Doing
All
good.
right.
Feels like it's been forever.
I know. It does.
That's what happens when you do bulk stuff. It just kind of sneaks up on you, I guess.
Hey, the
Those
good
of you
weather.
that don't know, like sometimes Rick and I will record two shows. Sometimes we do one. Sometimes we have a little surplus in there, and 2 weeks might go by before we do another one, so we don't really get to chat or do a show. But yeah, good stuff.
Let me say, I do miss you.
I feel very loved. Thank you.
The love is there.
Thank you. I feel love. Speaking of love, one of the Rockhead Nation was kind enough to go to Mighty Mick's gym this week with his family, Mr. Tony DeGennaro.
Yes, Tony.
Who, by the way, has the same name as John Travolta's character in Saturday Night Fever, but that's a whole other episode.
Tony D's a good shit, man.
He was kind enough to get me a Mighty Mick brick from the building.
Look at that
whole brick. I know it's a brick. It's a brick. I'm excited about a brick.
I know.
I could have went to Home Depot and bought this, but no, this is meaning.
But we're geeking out over a brick, Tony.
Right.
I
can't thank him. And same thing with a piece of wood. Mike sent me the piece of wood.
Yeah.
I was ecstatic over this little piece of wood. So thank you, Mike, for part of the board that the poster's on, and Tony for the brick. I'm going to put it all together. I'm glad I didn't do it. I was going to put it with the poster.
Yes.
Kind of shadow box frame it. So I'm going to still do that, but obviously now I need a whole different size frame. So I'm glad I waited.
Yeah, right.
That was very cool.
I hope
Tony.
I have one coming my way. I hope I have one coming my way. We'll see. But
got some things in the works there. Good.
I got some irons, irons in the fire. Is that how it's?
Well, it's funny because when Tony was there, he just showed me. He's like, "Look, I got some pieces. If you want one," I'm like, "Yeah, sure, of course I'd want one. That'd be awesome." I didn't realize he was going to send me a whole brick, so that's awesome. That's so funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tony, thank you so much. I saw the video of you over there with your family over by the L train and checking it out. It's gonna be interesting to see what they do to it. I'm really hoping they keep, the exterior pretty much just redoing the brick and redoing the windows and keeping it as is, because then it could still be mixed in a way.
Right. Isn't it?
Because we never saw inside.
Did I hear correctly that the first floor is going to be like shopping, and then above that is going to be apartments or something?
So I've heard a bunch of different stuff. Our buddy Mike over at Yo Philly and the Rocky Files, he would definitely know more facts than anybody.
Sure.
I heard downstairs was a cafe type or little shops. I don't know how big it is in there. Obviously I haven't been in. I don't think anybody's been inside.
No.
And then, yes, I do know the upper floors are going to be, I don't know if they're going to be apartments or they're selling them as condos. I don't know what that deal is, but they are going to be a residential area.
Tony, so you and I should open up a shop in the bottom floor, and we'll sell Rocky merchandise.
I agree 100%. I said
somebody should.
I was joking around when I said, Sly, go buy the place, make downstairs be like a souvenir shop cafe, and then the upstairs is a Rocky museum, and have all the. Remember when he sold all of that stuff on that auction, on Julian's auction?
Right.
All of his old shorts and robes and stuff. He could have put it all in there. Everybody pay, $10 each to go in or whatever, $20.
Right. Hey, look at the here, $10 for the coffee mug. Look at the lip prints.
That's right. That's right. That's exactly right. That's funny. But yeah, so that was pretty cool. I felt the love there, so that's happy. And I hope it works out for you too. Hope you go to your mailbox and it's weighed down.
I know, right? The mailbox is on the ground.
I went to pick up the box. I was like, holy Christ, I forgot. I was like, what is this?
Yeah, right. Somebody
that's very cool.
Better than a horse head, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's true. That's true. So did you, I'm sure you did. I shouldn't say did you. I know you did. Catch the Family Stallone on Paramount there?
I sure did. And you know what? I'm going to tell you, Tony, I just love the man and the family even that much more.
You know, it's so funny. I agree with you because of course, I'm always honest about his work to myself. You know,
Sure.
I don't have to like all of his work.
No.
You know, it is what it is. It's kind of like, you know, a favorite artist that you like listening to their music. You're not going to like every song.
Right.
So I'm honest about it to myself. If I didn't really care for it, you know, I wouldn't be, it's okay. But not only did I just enjoy it thoroughly because it was so genuine and it was so real. Of course, having daughters, it was funny on my end having daughters and
Oh
seeing,
yeah.
you know, the stuff he's going through. But it didn't seem.
Okay.
And I mean, I'm sure some of it is not scripted, but a little coached. Like, hey, you know, let's get a little more, you know, razzing this time to dad or whatever.
Right.
I'm sure they're all like that. But I've never watched the other reality shows like the Kardashians and stuff.
No.
It just always seems just so phony to me just by seeing the commercial. This one here just seems very genuine. Just you know, the stuff that happens on there just seems genuine and real. You know, I never wandered into a pizza place, and so, but it's I mean, I think it's more than one season. I don't know that for a fact, and I
hope
know
so.
that first season I think is 13 episodes.
That's
I
not
don't
enough.
remember. Yeah, I don't remember.
It's not enough. Just like Tulsa King, it's not enough.
Well, what's this episode now? 3?
Yeah, we're up to 3.
Okay.
I did watch 1 and 2. I did by the Paramount app for Tulsa King. So luckily I was, you know, lucky enough to be able to catch 1 and 2 on the Family Stallone.
And that was the other thing too. It was kind of cool seeing him talk on the Tulsa King set, you know, about they were showing some setups of how he was going to do something and saying how hot it was, of course.
Right.
It's the middle, you know, the desert in the summer.
And, you know, we've never talked about that I can recall Tulsa King, but I don't know about you, but I absolutely love the show and I can't wait for it to come back on.
No, agreed 100%. I mean, obviously you could see him playing a mob boss. I mean, he's one of the short list of names of Italian actors that are very well known. Now he's never played the mob boss, but Oscar, but no, he did a fantastic job of it. And like you said, I'm really interested. It's like, I like the writing. I like the storyline of where it's going. I love the acting's good. He's got this ragtag bunch of guys in his crew. And it's just, I think it's fantastic. I really like it a lot.
I love it. I can't wait for it to come back. And what was it? 9 episodes, 10 episodes?
Yeah, I think it was 9, and which I was surprised. I didn't realize it was going to be that short, but with it already being picked up for a second season and doing that, you know, so hopefully it'll make the second season a little bit longer.
I hope.
And I mean, I don't know how many seasons they're going to do. I know it, you know, like it does take a toll. It's a lot. It's a lot to do.
Well, like we saw in his family, the Stallone, the Family Stallone, you know, he was gone for X amount of months.
Yeah, 6 months.
4 6 months. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that's a long time to be away from your family, you know?
I mean, yeah.
I can't imagine that, you know, and
no, well, especially since these guys, when they go on a movie location, usually they're on location 2 months, you know, maybe 3 if it's a major production, because a lot of stuff they'll do back in the studio, or they won't do anything. They go out, they film their scenes, and off they go. They're not out there 4, 5, 6 months. That's a long time.
Right.
Time.
And he's just got after watching the show, you know, I'm not trying to give anything away, but the girls and Jennifer missed him and just as much as he missed.
You could see it.
You could see it, you know, I mean, like they said, we're talking about the butterflies and, you know, stuff like that, you know, it's just, it's very endearing, you know.
Well, I mean, I think that goes with anything. I mean, you know, you leave on a business trip for 2 weeks, you come home, your family's like, hey, you know, and makes you feel good. They missed you. You missed them.
Yeah.
You know, so it's, but for 6 months, I couldn't imagine that. That would be too long.
That's a long time. You know, that's a very long time.
Yeah, I agree. That's too long. But yeah, it's fantastic. I'm going to watch, you watched 1 and 2. I only watched 1. I was having issues with Wi-Fi, and I wasn't able to watch the second part, the second episode. So I'll watch 2, and hopefully end 3 tonight. So,
right.
Catch up on it because now it's once a week now. Is that how it's coming out?
I think so, but isn't it Wednesday nights?
I thought. Oh, is that what it is? It's Wednesday night?
Yeah, Wednesday nights, I thought. Yeah. Okay. Following our show, as far as I'm concerned.
Exactly. I didn't know we were opening for Sly. This is good.
We are. Come on, Tom. I mean, like, Deb and I said we sat down to watch.
Paramount, come on, pick us up.
We sat down to watch our show, and then I'm like,
put us on that 45-minute slot before Family Stallone, and then we'll segue right into that.
That's right. We always got to. Let's see. What's that? Oh, we always got to represent.
See? Oh yeah, look, see.
yeah. There you go.
Oh, that's awesome.
Although I do got a little baseball going on.
Yeah, I saw that. The Sandlot. We were talking about that off air before.
We're backwards.
We're gonna have to. We're definitely gonna have to do a little baseball episode. Do a baseball talk. That'd be good.
I'm very much looking forward to talking.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to do that.
Some baseball.
But as promised, we did discuss this a couple episodes ago that we were going to talk about how much influence and effect Sly/Rocky has had on TV and pop culture and just out there. I mean, everything above. And I mean, the first one that I came to, like, if I had to think of one thing, the first thing that comes to mind for me is that old commercial that came out, with the Ice-T commercial. But not only do I have a nice picture of that, somebody I know who's got the Rocky room to die for, of course, has his own. And there it is right there. It's in Rick's room. He built a boxing ring for it. How tall are they, Rick?
I'm going to say Rocky is probably got to be close to 12 inches.
Okay, so they're a good size.
Yeah, Mick is a little bit shorter.
Okay.
As you and I spoke before about this, a lot of people have had issues with they're called marquettes, puppets, if you will. With Rocky being so top heavy, he kind of leans forward.
Right.
And, so I had him sitting, on their bases for a while, and Rocky would every once in a while tip over. So I built this slanted boxing ring. It did have ropes. Damn cats ate the strings.
Those cats ate those ropes.
They ate the ropes.
That's brisk, baby.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, I put the that's brisk because
let's see what else you got that there.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. And the commercial was black and white, as everybody remembers.
Yeah. A little bit of Polly's favorite down there in the lower left.
I see that. It looks pretty empty too, my friend.
And it tasted just as good. I'm not going to even lie. I never had Four Roses.
And then you had this little guy. Right. So what is that? Is it? It's from Lipton.
It's from Lipton. It's a like a ceramic statue. Obviously, the glove didn't come with it. I put that around there. But again, it's one of the Lipton props, or if you will, And I just thought it belonged with the rest of the Lipton collection.
Yeah,
because that commercial is classic.
Oh yeah. Well, remember they didn't. I mean, think about it. When they did it, they did Rocky. Remember Sinatra had one. There was one of Frank Sinatra.
Yes,
I mean, they picked out, legends. I mean, people that watched that didn't go, "Who's that boxer guy? Why was that on there?" Like, no, everybody knew who that was.
Right,
it was classic.
And
baby.
The humor in it is tremendous. It's just tremendous. Yeah. I love that commercial. I always go back and watch it all the time. I love it. I know.
I was thinking about putting a video clip on here, but then YouTube will shut it down. So I didn't want to bother getting involved in copyright issues. But
how old is that clip though? Is there a copyright on something that's from 77?
What's weird about it? You can remember when we did the live discussion about Rocky 2, and I had Rocky 2 playing on the phone. I thought for sure they were going to nail us on that one. I thought for sure. And they didn't. I don't know if it was too low. They couldn't hear it and make it out. I don't know. But then they do something else where there was a music and they hit me with a copyright. So
really,
whatever, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have these pictures up because they're pictures,
right? Well, if for folks that have not seen the Lipton Brisk commercial, when was that? In the early 80s, late 70s, early 80s, had to be, right?
No, I think it was. I would say 80s, definitely not 70s.
Well, you gotta watch it.
It might even have been 90.
Oh, okay.
Let me see here. We'll have to look up our friendly Google.
Yeah,
Lipton Brisk.
Google knows all.
Commercial was in. Let's see here, 1998.
What?
Oh, that was a lot later than I expected.
Wow, that's crazy.
That is a lot later than I expected. Relive the 90s.
Wow.
1998. That's
what a great commercial, though. I mean,
yeah.
Yes, I love it. I love it. I love it.
Nothing is over. Just give me something to drink. There ain't nothing on ice till it's sated out.
Lipton Brisk ice beer.
So maybe this.
That Balboa needs a miracle.
Yo, that's brisk, baby.
Oh,
Some of that first sequel.
There it is.
Awesome. That's
so those
awesome.
of you that haven't seen it, there it is.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's funny.
That is
so.
Great.
See, obviously, we'll get into some other people later, but Burgess Meredith had already passed on by then. Yes. So the voice actor for that was somebody that was a little bit familiar playing Mickey, because they did this on Saturday Night Live.
Oh yeah,
and he was the voice actor for that Mickey commercial.
Okay, and I did not know that.
Yeah, this is pretty funny. This year, I had stopped watching Saturday Night Live by this point, to be very honest.
Yeah,
but I do remember this scene when he was on there, and it was pretty comical.
I've seen the skit, and definitely laughed my freaking butt off at it. Is that the same one where he says, "You want it, you got it"?
Yeah. Yep.
Yo, Adrian.
Yeah. Because he's trying to do his monologue, and then the guy who's playing Mickey comes up and he's like yelling, and Slice, what are you doing, man? It was pretty well. I mean, because Slice, hey, he's got some comedy chops. I know his films. Sometimes the comedy didn't come across, like that maybe he wanted, but he's funny. He's definitely got some funny bones.
Yes.
But so let's see what else we got here. We have some other shows. Like, again, you and I were talking. A lot of these shows we don't even watch.
I know.
We know that they have the references out there.
Right.
There was the Family Guy, who obviously it's no brainer. That's Rocky.
When I was doing some research on this, Rocky references in TV, there were quite a few. I mean, there was a lot, but the Family Guy had a ton. So I'm wondering if the writers or whatever were like big Rocky fans.
They're huge Rocky fans. They might be.
They
might be.
There was a lot.
Is that what this one's Family Guy also?
Family Guy also. And I'm like, we got to go back and watch these because, who knew? I never knew.
I'm sure if you put Family Guy Rocky on YouTube, every episode will come up and you can check them out.
Right.
But yeah, I didn't really get into the adult cartoons there like that, and the Simpsons coming up here.
Sure.
It's just hysterical on how much influence.
Yes.
That, and then the funny part too is like everybody knows it.
Sure.
They see the steps, they see the fighter, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
They know it. They know who it is. They know what it is.
Right. Worldwide. Worldwide.
Oh, yeah. The funny part about that is I worldwide, yes. And I would bet you outside of the United States, more would know than inside. He seems to have a fan base out there from England to the Middle East to Italy to wherever you want to name that is just massive. Massive. Not that it's not in the United States. It is obviously the United States. Absolutely. Sure. But I bet you out there was they're so passionate about the Rocky character and Sly.
Right. Well, it's very endearing, and everything we've said in all the episodes prior, it just touches, It's a positive. They're all positive messages.
Oh yeah.
So
let's see what else we got here. We got what's we got? Oh, this one here was like we said, we couldn't remember if it was Disney, Daffy Duck, Warner Brothers. It was definitely one of them. But you could tell by the shorts and the boxing gloves. And that's the funny part. A lot of time they would do those shorts and not really, I mean, you think of Rocky more so than Apollo.
Oh
you see those shorts.
Right. Absolutely.
One of the little kid shows my daughters used to watch, We Bear Bears, it's called. They got the Rocky shorts on there. I mean, the Stars and Stripes shorts on there, being Rocky. And in that episode, he yells and does, the whole crooked mouth thing. And
oh, no kidding.
Puts his arms up. He's like, oh.
I don't remember that cartoon, but
yeah,
awesome.
The only reason why, I mean, I obviously never watched it. My daughters did, and they knew of Rocky. So they're like, Dad, look, the Bears are doing Rocky this week. Like, come on, really?
I know, right?
Sure enough, they were doing Rocky.
It's so funny the places you find this stuff.
Yeah, and I mean, that there is, mid-2000s.
Right.
That cartoon. It wasn't like an old 80s cartoon or something. That was mid-2000s.
And it still goes to show you how relevant this is.
Mm-hmm.
And always has been.
Oh, and I'm sure everybody please leave comments on the bottom because I would guarantee you there's probably hundreds of TV shows or movies that we're missing that have Rocky references in them.
Right.
Like I said, just some of them I haven't seen. Well, look at Cobra Kai.
Sure.
Cobra Kai had a ton of Rocky references in it.
Right.
A ton. I mean, even last season, remember, did you watch it? Did you watch the show?
I did not. I've seen clips of it here and there.
Okay.
And I've caught some of the Rocky references on it, but I've never watched the whole season.
Well, I won't say anything. And not that it would give away the show, but it's still, when you see it organically, it's just, oh, cool. You like it better.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of Rocky 3 references and a lot of Rocky references, Eye of the Tiger. And so it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. And there's a lot in that series. And that series, I think it's on the 5th season. I'm not sure. It might be more.
Really?
I don't think that, I think every season referenced Rocky in some way.
No kidding.
Yeah. Well, supposedly in the storyline, the guy who plays Johnny, his character was, I got to remember correctly. If I got to see, his character was going to see Rocky 3 with the girl.
Okay.
That left him to go to Daniel, the blonde-haired girl.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, she left him or something before they was going to go see Rocky 3, and I don't know, something along those lines. I don't remember the exact storyline. So Rocky, and he's locked in the 80s anyway. Everything to him is, Iron Eagle. And
Elizabeth Shue, right?
Yeah.
Was her name? I don't remember the character name, but I remember Elizabeth Shue.
Yep, and that was her. Yep, she was the one that I guess she left him to go to Daniel, but it's I can't remember her name. I don't know. Cobra Kai.
Oh, God, yeah. I mean, we watched it about a month or so ago. We watched we watched the 1, 2, 3. Then we watched the one with what the heck's her name? The she's a famous actress now.
You talking about on Karate Kid?
Yeah.
You're talking about the one where Ralph Macchio was done. Where it was just a girl?
Yeah.
That's that was $1 Million Baby Girl.
Yeah. I can't think of her name.
What is her name?
I know it. It's just CRS.
Always look it up. Well, the Karate Kid girlfriend was Allie. Yeah. And I can't remember the $1 Million Baby Girl name. I'll know obviously as soon as I see it. I'm like, oh, that's it.
Yeah, you're gonna say it. I'm gonna yelp.
Hilary Swank.
Yeah.
Hilary Swank, yeah, she did the one where it was the female karate girl.
Right.
It was Daniel was already gone, and Mr. Miyagi was still around.
Right.
It was like the next Karate Kid.
What did you think of the remake? Sorry, we're drifting, but what did you think of the? Yeah, this is typical. What did you think of the remake with Will Smith's kid? Jalen?
Yeah, I think that's his name. I didn't care for it. A variety of reasons why I didn't care for it. I mean, to be honest, it's one of those movies that shouldn't have been remade. To my opinion, I just think there's certain you don't remake Back to the Future and Ghostbusters, and just
I never saw.
That's just me. That's just me. But I didn't care for a few reasons. I mean, they weren't teaching them karate. And there was just a lot there that I just didn't care for. It didn't have the same heart and the same feel as Karate Kid.
Right. I did like who played the Miyagi role, like Jackie Chan.
Jackie Chan, yeah.
Yeah. I did like his character. I did like the way he portrayed his character.
Sure.
But yeah, I do agree with the rest of it. The heart and the soul was missing.
Yeah.
Hang up the coat.
There's just some things I just don't see, but again, I mean, there's been movies that have been remade or 10 times better than the original. Scarface with Al Pacino was a remake. Scarface was made in the 1940s.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. And it was an old gangster movie.
Didn't know that.
So, you never know. I mean, I'm sure the people in the 40s were thinking, in the 80s when that was coming out, thinking, how can you remake this movie? I just think there's certain movies that are definitely off limits. Of course, Rocky being one of them. Right. Jaws, Godfather.
I was just going to say Jaws. Yep.
Godfather, you just don't touch that. There's just certain films that just Forrest Gump. You just don't touch them.
Right.
They're going to stay that classic forever.
They are. Yeah. There are classics that. Yeah.
But it's but anyways, we definitely went down the side road, down the alley, and
yeah. New turn.
We always do, though. That's okay. That's all right.
Hey, we're at the bar. We're having some drinks. I got my new Batman mug.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Well, my Expendables ones, remember?
Broke. Yeah, you said it broke, right?
It did break, and my nephew bought me a Batman, and there we go.
Very cool.
And I'd be remiss if I didn't. Happy 16th birthday to my niece, Sammy.
There you go.
Okay. I had to put that out there.
I wish I would have something to put up there, but we don't. We'll just pretend it's up there, Sammy.
Yes, it's right here.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, darling.
16.
Yeah. Everyone get off the road.
Yeah.
What's coming.
Mine's 16. Trust me, I know. She got into her first little fender bender last week. Oh my Lord.
Oh God.
It was just a tap on the back of somebody else. Like she went into the back of them. But you're 16. It's the end of the world. You don't know.
It is.
I told them, I said, I had 2 accidents my whole life. I've been driving for 42 years.
You're lucky.
And both of them, 2 accidents that have been my fault. 2 accidents that are my fault, and both of them happened between the ages of 16 and 18.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. Now, I got into an accident later on, but it wasn't my fault. But somebody ran me off the road.
Yeah.
But that's it. 3. You just got to be careful, pay attention.
That's it.
It'll be all right.
That's right.
It's nerve-wracking when they get out there.
Oh, yeah.
No doubt.
No doubt.
They're worse than Rocky running over trash cans. So
yeah, right.
Never know.
I see like a beagle.
You're like a beagle or something.
A beagle or something.
And the funny part is, like, people that see that probably going, beagle? What do you mean beagle? Like,
I know, yeah.
That's what the point is.
That's it. Yeah. It's those generalization references that we understand.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's like my daughter. She sent me a text about something, and then she just replies, nails, not snails.
Not snails.
And I said, if anybody else read that, they would have no clue what you're talking about.
That's right.
So yeah, we definitely we'll have to reel ourselves back in and back to the influence of Rocky.
Here we go. We're coming back.
Culture. We'll come back. Okay.
Don't lose faith in us, people.
Welcome back to the show. So they did have some other stuff. I mean, obviously the greatest form of flattery is imitation, right? I mean, so
sure.
Everybody that is anybody that does imitation has done a Sylvester Stallone Rocky imitation.
Oh yeah.
And Jim Carrey is no different. He of course did that, and he was going over the top with it. I remember that his water was just sliding down his throat, his face when he was speaking. But yeah, everybody does. They do Arnold and they do Rocky.
Right.
Get to the chopper, and they, hey, yo, Adrian. That's those. If you don't do those, you're not a impersonator.
Right. I'll be back. Who doesn't do it? I'll be back.
That's exactly right. But there's so many others. And this one here, like I said, this movie I haven't seen. The movie King of Queens show. And I do know the situation behind this. Do you know it?
I do. I saw the episode and my jaw hit the floor. I was laughing so freaking hard. So really quickly, Doug and Carrie. Doug is Kevin James, who some people think I look like. I don't know. It's probably a slam on him or me. I don't know how you want to put it. But anyway, I take it as a compliment. Anyhow, Doug and Carrie, his wife, go to visit his parents in Florida. So his dog, Rocky, is there, and the parents have been taking care of Rocky. Okay. Well, Doug got the dog back in the 70s. So Carrie's doing the math on this, and she's like talking to her parents as Doug leaves the room. Now, if Doug got the dog back in the 70s or 80s, they would make the dog like 100 and something like that. And I'm dying, right? And they're like, well, yeah, the first Rocky died. And she's like, so this is Rocky 2? They're like, no, this is Rocky 4. Right? I'm like, so she's like, oh my God, I got to tell Doug this. So later that evening, they're up in the room. And she's like, I got to tell you, Doug, she's like, how old were you when you got Rocky? He's like, well, I was 20 something. She's like, oh no, 17. She goes, when was the bicentennial? He goes, 1776. She says, no. Not the real thing. Whoop, there goes my mic.
Uh-oh. Microphone down.
She says, not the real. I'm getting overexcited. He says, not the real thing. The bicentennial. Oh, that was 1976. She says, when did you get Butkus? He's like 1979 or something like that. She's like, so how old would that make him? And he starts doing the math. He's like, so he goes down and he sees his parents. He's like, this is not Rocky. This is not the original Rocky. And they're like, no. Well, what Rocky is this? Well, this is Rocky 5. He's like, I miss Rocky 2, 3. It was hysterical.
That's hysterical.
I'm telling you, folks, if you have the chance, look it up on YouTube or whatever.
The funny part about it is that they're mentioning Rocky 2, 3, 4, which are movies. It's not just they're not just saying that, they just renamed them. So it's funny to hear the reference to the movie. Right. And it's a great skit. And anyone who knows, like I'm a fan of Kevin James. He's a Mets fan. Yes, he is. He's a Jets fan, and he's a big Rocky fan. You've probably seen him doing. He did the skit with Rocky Balboa, where he's holding the boom like this. Oh yes. Where Rocky's, and he's like crying. Oh yeah. I have seen that. See, but that's just it. Look how it influences everything. It's like I was mentioning before the King of Queens thing. That movie Ted. Yeah. Which I didn't see. They talk to the girl, and I think the girl hasn't seen Rocky or something. And they're like, what do you mean you haven't seen Rocky? What was wrong with you? And then they have another scene somewhere in a different film or a different TV show. I was looking it up. I was trying to find out where it was from, and I couldn't. But they're interviewing a president, and the president is the guy who plays, you watch Seinfeld? Yes. Okay. Putty, Elaine's boyfriend? Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's playing a president, and they're saying he says something about coming back, and one of the press corps goes, well, everybody likes an underdog, like Rocky. And he goes, oh, yeah. And he goes, well, I haven't seen it, but yeah, I know what you mean. And then the press corps just unloads like, you haven't seen Rocky? What do you mean you haven't seen Rocky? How can you be president? You haven't seen Rocky? Like it just kept going. Like,
you're right.
I don't know what show or movie it was from, but it was hysterical.
Right.
It was so funny.
It just goes to show you that this, the words just, the influences that this has
it's out there for everything. It really is. It's amazing on what it could, and it could be in, like I said, in good ways. In the Cobra Kai series, they use it in a good way, in a pumped up type of way.
Right.
Anybody that's seen it can reference it. It probably gets referenced 1 billion times a day. I mean, we saw how many of those, the little videos you see on Instagram, the reels.
Right.
You're always seeing something where a little kid's doing push-ups. They got the Eye of the Tiger in the background. Somebody's running up steps. They got the Gonna Fly now. And it could not even be the Philly steps. It could be just steps.
Right.
But they have that reference.
I'll tell you a quick little story. So today I finished a job and I was cleaning out the Jeep. I was getting all my tools out of the back end of the Jeep. And I was trying to put the back seat in the back. Okay. And it was tough. It was hard to get the back seat in the back again. And after about 15 minutes in the crowbar, I got it back in. And I look at Deb and I said, you will lose. It's just a Rocky reference. You will lose.
Exactly.
Awesome. It's awesome. Every day. It's every day. It's part of our life.
Oh yeah. There's whether it's quoting it or just joking around, doing something, boxing, just messing around. It's always something.
Sure.
But this was good. It was fun. It was I wish we would have had more examples, but it's hard to find them when you really don't know where they are, and then you're just coming across some, and there's so many of them.
I thought of two. Have you seen the recent, not the latest, but the first Shazam movie?
I have not. No.
Okay. He's on the top of the steps.
Rocky steps?
On the top of the Rocky steps.
Oh, okay.
And he's just like shooting lightning out of his hands and stuff like that. I almost think there's like Eye of the Tiger playing or something like that.
Oh, is it really?
It was a definite reference to Rocky.
Sure.
And then the other one, I think I sent you a picture of, was the only way I can just, the name of the cartoon is called Hey Arnold, but it's the kid with
of it. I haven't seen it though.
He's the kid with the football head.
Yeah.
There were some Rocky references in that one as well. Let me see if I can. I think I sent you the pictures, but yeah.
there was most of them were, like you said, a lot of them were Simpsons, a lot of them were Family Guy. It was hard to find some others, and I'm sure we'll be watching a movie, and you'll be like, "Oh my God, there's a reference." And
Will Smith did one on what the heck was it? Oh my God, Fresh Prince
of Bel-Air.
Okay. He did a whole Rocky skit.
Okay. Well, that the show took place in Philly, right?
Yeah. Okay. Which was hysterical. It was very, very funny. Very well done. Let's see.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff.
Yeah,
we'll definitely have to work on the baseball episode. Our next episode is all locked up. But we already know what we're going to be doing with that. And then maybe the one after that, we'll touch base on some baseball. Or just like we've said it 1 million times, give us some ideas. Shoot some comments. Shoot some Instagram messages, email.
Right.
Whatever. Carrier pigeon. Whatever. Whatever gets here to us.
Yeah, we're always open for ideas and comments.
Or like we've said 1 million times, constructive criticism.
Sure.
Hey, Tony, Rick, I don't know what the hell this episode was, but don't do that again. Yeah. I'd be okay with that.
It might sting a little, but
I'd be like, wow, is it that bad? But it is what it is.
You're bleeding a little right here.
Yeah, right. I got nailed, didn't I? I gotta shake that off.
Hey, you know what? We're having fun. And this is what it's all about, right?
You've said that a million times. That is exactly what it's all about, is having fun. So
right.
Go to Rick's website there, or Instagram, I should say, if you want any of your shirts, hats, signs. He's got a sign back there in the background. I got signs background.
Yeah, where is it?
Good looking stuff. But other than that, I will see you next week, my friend.
You got it, buddy.
All right, man. Appreciate it. We'll see you.
Take care.
All right. Thanks.